High dynamic range and tone mapping. High dynamic range, or HDR, is a technology that allows us to capture and display a wider range of brightness in images and videos. In simple terms, it means that we can see more details in both the brightest and darkest parts of a picture. Without HDR, some parts might appear too bright or too dark, and you might lose those details. HDR works by capturing multiple exposures of the same scene, from very bright to very dark, and then combining them. This way, we get the best parts of each exposure, creating a stunning image that looks more like what our eyes see in the real world. People often confuse HDR with tone mapping. Tone mapping is a process used to display or convert HDR images into a format suitable for standard displays or prints. Since standard displays have a limited dynamic range, tone mapping helps compress the wide range of brightness levels in the HDR image into a visible and printable range. It adjusts the contrast and brightness of the image, preserving as much detail as possible while avoiding overly dark or washed out areas. High dynamic range images can be stored only in 16-bit or 32-bit formats such as HDR or EXR, whereas tone-mapped images can use 8-bit formats such as JPEG, PNG, TIFF, etc. Subscribe and follow for